What are we going to do?
Yeah, I want to know what we're going to do, Chris. What's the plan for after our visas are done?
I don't know.
I know we talked about maybe staying here in Vancouver, but we don't know if we're going to do it. We don't even know if we can do it, so we need another plan.
Yes, we need another plan.
So what's the plan?
Well, I'm going to eat this donut and think about it.
We're Chris and Melissa, midlifers on the move. Canada welcomed us in August and might give us the boot in June. What'll we do if we don't stay in Canada? We might have come up with a plan. We think.
The thought of going back to a suburban type house and living a suburban type life, it just doesn't sound appealing. So if we have to go back to the States, I want to be doing things. Because I really feel if I would have been born in the 1500s or the 1600s, I would have been an explorer. I really think so. Would you have been an explorer?
No, I don't think so.
Times are different, so I would have just taken her with me because she wouldn't have had a choice.
Yeah, well, there's this part of me that would love to have my kitchen and my house all in order, you know, just having that comfort of that nest that you build for yourself. And yet in that comfort, would I really get to like experience all of this? Look at this. It's fantastic.
So we don't want to go back and live in a suburban house. We could sell all of our possessions and live off the land. We would be dead within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We love Vancouver and it offers so much. Maybe we just stay here. Everyone's going, can you freaking make a decision, you two? Honey, you could write like a movie pilot called The Undeciders and we could star in it.
Okay, that would have to be like an art film. That would be like the antithesis of everything I've been learning.
We've decided what we're going to do, we think.
Yes, 12 cities, 12 months.
Do you want to kind of just say the 3 cities?
We have 3 must cities. Do you want to say the first?
Yes, the first one, Minneapolis.
Close enough to Rochester and close enough to St. Cloud and around some friends.
Yeah, so we get to see family, friends, hang out, do the stuff that we want to do.
Okay, we were doing 3 cities. So you said Minneapolis, St. Paul. I am saying St. Louis. We have my daughter and granddaughter there, our granddaughter.
So that's a must. We
Yes.
must go to St. Louis. We've stayed there. What's the longest we've stayed in St. Louis?
I think just like 3 or 4 days.
3 or 4 days. So a month in St. Louis. That'll be exciting. It's a cool city. The next city that we must go to, Dallas, Texas. We have a grandchild there. So we want to hang out for a month where he is located. So
Yes.
super excited. So that's 3 cities, 3 months. Now the decision of what do we do for the other 9 cities.
We have not discussed this with one another at all. I have no idea what Chris's 9 cities are.
And I have no idea what Melissa's 9 cities are, except for one I think I know. So who starts?
Well, it's ladies first, right?
Heck yeah.
And I
Always.
think I'm going to start with a surprise.
Okay.
Washington, D.C.
Man, I have picked Washington, D.C.
What?
Yes. Could you imagine if all 9 of them are the same?
Well, I had picked it because we've never been there. All of the historical stuff. I mean, it's our nation's capital and we've never been. We should go.
And just, it's like the center of the whole country in terms of just all the stuff that's going on there, all the stuff that's going down, all the stuff that's happening to make this country run if they're doing their job. But yeah, I have it on my list.
Oh, that is so funny.
That is crazy. Okay. The thing is, we're going to say the cities and we don't know which ones we'll choose. But I do think if we pick the same one, we should do that one.
Okay.
Right? So now we have 4 cities that we know for sure we're going to go live in. First one that I have, probably not that surprising to you, but maybe, Santa Barbara, California.
Oh yeah, I would have never thought of Santa Barbara, California.
I want to go there because the ocean, it's awesome. I've been through Santa Barbara once. I thought it was cool city. I just wanted to kind of go there and hang out. It just seems like a kind of a relaxing place to be. So I want to try that.
That might be a good choice.
Oh, yeah, cool.
I am going to throw out one that relates to that.
Oh.
San Diego, California.
Well, I could have guessed that.
I love San Diego and I so want for you to get to experience San Diego and a month of San Diego Oh my gosh. Too awesome. Seaport Village, La Jolla Beach.
Hey, I want to go there. I probably won't fight you on that one.
And every time I think about San Diego, I think about this bartender saying, well, just another shitty day in San Diego. It was like 70 degrees and perfect, because that's how every day is there.
The next one then that I would pick, you ready?
Yes.
Flagstaff, Arizona.
Why Flagstaff?
It's by the mountains. It's kind of like in Arizona. Well, it's in Arizona.
It's kind of like in Arizona. Flagstaff, Arizona. You might be in Arizona. You might not. Chris isn't
listen,
sure.
Talking is hard. Just back off. So it's in Arizona, but it's up a little higher, so it's not like the desert and stuff. At least that's from what I know. So I don't know. I've always wanted to go there. Never been there. Have never really spent a lot of time in Arizona. So yeah.
I've only flown into the Phoenix airport. Chicago.
Ooh, that is not on my list, but I do like Chicago.
Right, we've had lots of fun in Chicago, and since we are kind of doing this journey to see if there's a place we'd really like to live, I think a little bit more time spent in Chicago would be great. And I would like to take a class at Second City. Like maybe a quick weekend class or something. But Second City is the spot that feeds a lot of talent to Saturday Night Live. A lot of famous comedians have come out of there. So I think it'd be fun to like take an improv class there.
I'd love to go to a Twins game with
We're going to a Twins game in
I'd love to take you to a Twins
Not
game.
while we're in Minneapolis, because that would make sense.
Woo, talking's hard. It would be awesome to go to a game at Wrigley Field. The next one I have, you're not reading through my cards,
No.
Are you trying to, okay. This one, I don't know, is that surprising to you? But Grand Junction, Colorado.
Oh.
It's on the western side of Colorado. It's in the mountains. It's got tons of trails, tons to do. I just thought it'd be awesome to bring my new bike there and hit the trails.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so now with Grand Junction and Flagstaff, what are the populations of those cities?
They're like, I think Flagstaff is around 200,000, I think. And Grand Junction, I think, is around 70 to 90,000, roughly.
Okay.
So they're not huge cities, but they're not tiny towns.
All right.
What
Because
do you
I
think?
know you've talked a lot about loving big cities, and so it surprises me that you picked one that's 200,000 and one that's 70,000.
Hey, honey, it's hard to predict what I'm going to do, except it's going to be unpredictable.
Sometimes it's predictable, though.
I'm predictable.
Predictably unpredictable.
Yes, I'm predictably. I need to drink. I can't even talk right now. Okay, Grand Junction.
That one I think I'd like more than Flagstaff.
Really? Oh,
Unless Flagstaff
you know what?
is close to
Viewership
Phoenix.
just dropped in Flagstaff. Like, unsubscribe.
I have a big surprise for you. I don't think you're gonna guess that I would have chosen this spot at all.
Okay, well, we'll see.
Nantucket, Massachusetts.
What? Nantucket? No, I would not have guessed that. Holy
I
cow.
thought you were like, no, I'm not going there.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa, that's some strong emotion.
I refuse to go to Nantucket. What? Why? Why Nantucket?
Well, I believe I saw it on like a romantic city list. It's an island, which I think is cool.
Ooh, yeah.
It has a population under 12,000,
What?
so like a real small town vibe to it.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
supposed to be charming, very historical, whale watching, golf.
There's going to be a lot of rumors when we come into town, though. Ooh, do you see the new couple?
Well,
What's their story?
that's one thing that I'm a little concerned about, because I also read that it can be a little snooty there.
Ooh, snooty. There goes our viewership in Nantucket. Unsubscribe. And being that you said Nantucket, well, I have Boston, Massachusetts.
That was almost on my list.
So, I have been to Boston for 1 week for a conference, and it was an awesome city. Obviously, tons of history, tons of American history there. You know, it's by the ocean. I like oceans. I don't know if you guys have been able to tell that. But it's a big city, a lot of history, a lot of cool little nooks and crannies and weird shaped buildings and roads. And I don't know if their buildings are that weird shaped. They're just old, so they look like they're weird shaped. So.
Chris picks his cities based on weird shaped buildings. And on that note, I know which one I'm sharing next.
Okay, all right.
Charleston, South Carolina.
Ooh, Charleston. No, okay. But never would
It
have.
just looks pretty. That's the big, honest, true reason. It looks like a pretty place to go.
Charleston, South Carolina?
Yes.
Is that on the Atlantic coast? Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and from the research I did, it has a lot of history and outdoorsy stuff to do.
Oh, these are things we like. Now, I think, I'm not for sure, but I think the city that I pick is gonna blow your socks away because I think it's across the river.
Okay, I've got to talk to you about this. It's not blow socks away. It's knock your socks off.
No.
It's knock your socks
No,
off.
I made this up. It's blow your socks away.
It's not.
It's people are wearing t-shirts all
I've heard you
over.
say it so many times that I've never called you on it, and so I decided
It's
right
gonna
now I'm just
blow
gonna
your
do it.
socks. Yeah,
It's knock your socks off.
no, blow your socks off. If it was like you were in a hurricane, it was crazy blowy and the wind was, it could blow your socks off. It could. Okay. But I think across the river, Savannah, Georgia. I do think it's across the river or right by it.
It might be right by it. And one thing I love about Savannah, Georgia, do you know what book is based out of there?
No, I do not.
Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil.
Oh wait, I think I
There's
do.
a movie
I think
with
I
John
do.
Cusack. I've never watched the movie, but I read the book and I loved the book.
It's the oldest city in Georgia, so that's cool. And then, the history. It's
Mm-hmm.
like there's a ton of history there, tons of old stuff to check out, awesome restaurants and all that fun stuff.
Sticking with the Eastern Seaboard, a city that will come as no surprise to you, I think. Guess what city I'm thinking?
I'm thinking you're gonna say New York City.
I want to be a part of it.
Should we stand up and do a chorus line?
Yeah.
I don't think I can get my legs up that high.
Yes, New York, New York. And I want to go to New York, New York. I want to go there in November, and I want to stay through the first week of December because I want to see the Macy's Day Parade, and I want to see the lighting of the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree.
Okay, well, we can't be in every place when it's summertime, so I guess if that's what you want, okay, I think we could do that. I think I could agree to that.
Did you have New York on your list too?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
New York City is on my list. I've spent time there a lot, actually, and I love it.
Same.
So it's my turn?
Yes.
Yes, because you did New York City. All right, this might be a surprise to you. Rochester, New York. Why? Because we lived in Rochester, Minnesota. Apparently it's named after Rochester, New York. So I actually want to go there and see if it's legit. But it's also on a big body of water. It has a lot of history. That's where I think Kodak got started. So there's a lot of history about the film and the camera.
Well,
So you want to go?
no. What? Montreal.
Yes, I knew that. I would love to go to Montreal.
How'd you know that? Were you looking at my cards?
Well, we were talking, do we keep the cities in the United States? Well, I've got one that's not. Well, and then I just knew it was Montreal. That was one of the first cities when we got to know each other that she said she wanted to go to.
Right. I wanted to go to Montreal before I went to Paris because I thought it'd be too scary to just go to Paris. And then we went to Paris, so. But I think I would like to work on my French more, which that would help. And I think it looks like a beautiful, charming city. There's a smaller Notre Dame there. So you really have no more cards?
I just have one more.
Oh, okay.
But then you
You
have.
go.
How
I
many
have
do you
two.
have? How is that? That doesn't make any sense.
Because when I said Washington, D.C., you had Washington,
Oh,
D.C.,
okay.
you set down the card. I had New York City, you had New York City, so you set down the
You
card.
know, the process of elimination doesn't make sense to me. This one might be a surprise to you. Chattanooga, Tennessee.
That is a surprise to me.
Chattanooga. And the only reason is it's fun to say. It's just by the Appalachian Mountains, so it's like in the foothills, really there.
Did we drive through
We
there?
drove through it and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
So-
Okay. I think that would be a fantastic place to visit.
Okay.
Although there might be a couple of others that end up higher up on the list.
Hey, well, before you start, I can guarantee you that these next two are not on my list.
Well, yeah, because you've eliminated yours. Good job.
See, I'm getting better at the process of elimination and understanding it.
Austin, Texas.
I almost put that on my list.
Right. I want to go there during the film festival, which
okay.
happens in October.
All right.
Also, amazing music, nightlife.
So that
Good
means that
for-
we're going to be out all the time listening to music and just having a blast.
We should do that.
Yeah, I'd love that. It all has to be heavy metal though.
No, we are not doing that.
Come on, blues?
Okay.
See, compromise.
Now this one you are totally not going to think that I chose it, and you're going to be even more surprised, I think, by my rationale behind it.
All right, here we go.
You ready?
Yes.
Duluth, Minnesota.
Oh, I am not overly surprised. I actually thought about Duluth a little bit, but then I thought, I like Duluth.
Now here's what's going to, like, you might object on this part.
You want to work in a shipyard?
No, I want to go there in January. I think it would be so much fun to get like a ski pass for a month and to ski on Spirit Mountain and maybe do some snowshoeing.
Okay.
And maybe spend some time with the family and maybe get kids out snowboarding.
Well, I can understand
skiing.
that. But if we were going to do that, and we're going to do 12 states, why not pick a city right by some amazing ski hills like Vancouver? You know?
I could be persuaded. Now we need to come up with a plan for which 12 cities make our final cut.
We are on a movement.
A midlife movement.
Yeah!
I was not expecting
Karate.
that.
I'm going to learn karate in my mid-years.